Hi, my name is Philip ten Beaumont, and in this video I'll show you how to configure a Microscan 3 Core Ethernet IP. But before configuring it, you of course have to connect to it first. You can either do that via the USB port in the front or the Ethernet ports in the back. In this video I'll be using a USB to Ethernet adapter, and I'll be connecting via the decoded M12 cable in the back. In this video we'll also be focusing on the configuration of the device itself and not so much on the integration of the scanner into the PLC. So I'll be starting the Safety Designer now, and we'll do a very basic configuration to protective fields to warning fields. So let's get started.
Now, let's start the configuration. We will now define the individual parameters step by step. After starting the Safety Designer and connecting to the scanner, the first step is addressing. Here you define the IP settings of the device manually, or let the Safety Designer assign these settings from a predefined range. I think the next tab, Readout, is explained fairly quickly. By clicking Read from the device, you can upload the current configuration of the Microscan 3 into the Safety Designer and adjust it. In this screen, you can enter project information. You will also enter the safety network number that you can either generate based on the current time or on a manual entry. The next step, Application, enables you to define the type of application as well as the alignment and language of the display. Now we come to the tab Monitoring Plane. Depending on how you will be using the scanner, you can set the safety task to horizontal hazardous area protection, vertical axis, or vertical hazardous point protection. The different protection tasks suggest typical object resolutions. The object resolution, meaning the minimum object size which the scanner must reliably detect within a protective field, is therefore defined at this point. The object resolution has a direct influence on the maximum protective field range available. If necessary, the multiple sampling may be increased. This defines how often the scanner has to detect an object before it sends the shutdown signal. The response time of the scanner grows as multiple sampling increases. The field sets are configured in the next tab, Fields. Let's define two cases with one protective field and one warning field each. These are activated depending on the inputs coming from the PLC. If something violates a protective field, the machine stops immediately. The warning field can be used to warn workers before entering a protective field, which would then trigger a machine stop. In the screen Inputs and Outputs, we define how the Microscan 3 will communicate with the Safety PLC. At the top, you can select the assembly that shall be used. The functionality of the options is the same, however, Assembly 103 uses case numbers to switch cases, while Assembly 100 uses static inputs. Furthermore, you can define the behavior after connection loss, as well as after a protective field infringement. Every field set is assigned to a monitoring case in the Monitoring Case tab. As we are using Assembly 103, the case switching will be triggered by case numbers. You can select and change which case has which number over here. If you require measurement data output for navigational purposes or for visualization on an HMI, you can select what information you would like to have sent in this screen. We will say we want the data continuously via UDP, and we only want intrusion data. Of course, you can also select multiple blocks. In the last step, Transfer, you have the option of starting the device in test mode before transferring the configuration to the Safety Laser Scanner in order to check the suitability of the configuration for the actual application. Read the verification report carefully, check it for configuration errors, and then save it. Clicking on Confirm will transfer the configuration to the safety laser scanner. The last tab is Ethernet IP Overview. As EDS files are not supported for SIP safety integration, you will have to integrate the Microscan 3 via a generic module. All relevant information can be found on this page. One helpful hint: from time to time we may launch a new firmware for existing devices. When setting up the generic profile, please set the module definition to work in compatible module, not an exact match. This will make sure that you can later replace the current device with a newer device without having to alter the program of the PLC.
So, as you can see, the Microscan 3 is now configured. The display is green, the LEDs are green, so your machine is up and running. If someone happened to enter the warning field, you would see that the display turns orange, and you could use the output, for example, to sound a horn. If someone enters the protective field, you'll see that the display turns red, and that would be an indication for you that your machine is stopped. So that was my part in this video series. In the next video, Max will show you how to export device information directly from the scanner using the Safety Designer. If you need additional information, just visit our homepage, zik.com. And that was that from my side. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.